Hey guys, all right, 3.2. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the properties of parallel lines. In the last video, we talked about two lines cut by a transversal, but we never said anything about them being parallel. This time, we are going to say that they're parallel and what special properties exist because of that. So the first one is corresponding angles theorem. So if two parallel lines this time, parallel, are cut by a transversal, then each of the pair of corresponding angles is congruent. So think about that for a second. Here I have a pair or some corresponding angles that I'm going to mark. Okay, if I'm looking here at these four angles, this angle right here would correspond to this angle right here. And because these lines are parallel, right, these arrows mark and show that they're congruent. If I were to tell you that this was 32 degrees, this would also be 32 degrees. That's the property of corresponding angles when dealing with parallel lines. All right, and then you could also figure out this one, right? Because it lies on a straight line. It would be 180 minus 32, which would give you 148 degrees. And then, since this angle corresponds with this angle, you would also know that this angle was 148 degrees. So that's corresponding angles theorem. If we move down, we're going to talk about alternate interior angles. So again, these all apply to parallel lines. If two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then each pair of alternate interior angles is congruent. So we're going to identify the alternate interior angles this time. Here's our alternate interior angles. This would be an alternate interior angle to this angle. And this would be an alternate interior angle to this angle. So if I told you this was 65 degrees, right here, its alternate interior angle would also have to be 65 degrees. And keep in mind, these lines are parallel. It's only true when they're parallel. You have two parallel lines cut by a transversal, alternate interior angles. The next one we're going to talk about is same side interior angles. If two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then each pair of same side interior angles is supplementary. Okay, they have to be supplementary. So this one's a little bit more confusing. You may also hear it referred to as consecutive interior angles. But same side interior angles means I have two pairs of parallel lines, right? My two lines are parallel. And this would be a consecutive interior angle to this. And together, these two angles have to add up to 180 because they're supplementary, right? So if this was 60 degrees, this angle would have no choice but to be 120 degrees. Same side interior angles are supplementary. All right, these would be another set of same side interior angles. And hey, look, they're also alternate interior angles. So that would be 120. Also, you could think, oh, they lie on a straight line, 60 and 120 equal 180. And they're same side interior, so this would have to be 60, right? They must add to 180. Or you can also say, oh, look, they're alternate interior as well. That is same side interior. And the last one we're going to talk about today is alternate exterior angles theorem. If two parallel lines, again, parallel lines, only parallel lines, are cut by a transversal, then each pair of alternate exterior angles is congruent. So here are my alternate exterior angles. These are my parallel lines. And this angle right here is on the exterior, right? And the alternate sign over here, jumping over the line, those two angles would be congruent. So if I said this was 50, then this angle down here would also have to be 50. Those are alternate exterior angles. And then if I told you right here, this was an alternate exterior, then it is alternate exterior to that angle. And let's just say this was 130. This angle would also have to be 130 because alternate exterior angles are congruent. All right, we've gone over quite a few angles. Corresponding angles, which are congruent. Alternate interior angles, which are also congruent. Same side interior angles, which are supplementary. And alternate exterior angles, which are congruent. More fun things for you guys to memorize. All right, see you next time.